Okay, hello and welcome to the video. My name is Wade Smith, and I am a third degree brown belt in Isshinryu Karate. What I want to discuss in this video is Isshinryu versus Aikido and other grappling and/or throwing styles. Um, and I remarked in the title that grappling without combined striking could get you killed, in a life or death situation. Um, if you're familiar with the black belt, I think he's a third or fourth degree black belt, Jesse N. Kemp from YouTube. He has a very popular stream, several thousand committed viewers, and perhaps a million or more total viewers. And he does. He goes around being taught by other masters and grandmasters or other similar ranking black belts in different styles what's right or wrong about his style of karate. All right. And I'm not sure which style of karate he studies, but I know it's probably Shotokan or a related style because he remarks when he did his Isshinryu video and went and studied under one of the Isshinryu Grand Masters for a full couple hour session. One of the first things he was taught is the reasoning why a double bone block with the meat of your arm is superior to the Shotokan bone block. All right, because Jesse Inkemp was originally taught to use the bone block, and I think he admitted after the fact or was convinced. I don't know how he still practices it, but he said he thought he agreed with the double bone block that Isshinryu and Goju-Ryu used rather than the Shotokan block, even though he spent most of his career learning a block similar to the Shotokan block. But the point, besides all that, whatever style he teaches, it's similar to Shotokan. Um, he had an exercise where he fought an Aikido black belt of a similar rank to himself and sparred him, and they agreed ahead of time that the Aikido practitioner had to fight as though he didn't know any karate moves of his own, all right, against the karate practitioner. And the deal was that to see if he could actually get close enough to Jesse Inkemp and beat him with his Aikido arm bars and throws and such. And it turned out that Jesse Inkemp was almost always able to keep himself away from him and use his kicks and his jab and stuff, and pretty much easily defeated the Aikido multi-degree black belt. But on the other hand, once the Aikido practitioner was allowed to use some kicks and punches, um, just because you naturally know how to throw some kicks and punches even without specific training, it became a little bit more fair. All right, but in a vacuum, grappling only, like for example, if anybody has been to Gracie Jiu-Jitsu schools, they run the risk of dangerously assuming that everybody knows how to throw a professional strength punch and kick, and they very rarely practice throwing punches and kicks in most of the Gracie school jiu-jitsu schools. They mostly concentrate on ground game and a few takedowns, but mostly once you get your opponent on the ground. That's a little bit of a dangerous perspective from a self-defense perspective anyway. That might be good for sport training, but from a self-defense perspective, you don't want to be on this grass, much less that concrete there, fighting your first attacker in a self-defense scenario because you don't know if there's a second or third attacker. All right, so every fight starts standing up, hopefully, especially in sports. So you may as well learn how to fight standing up first and learn how to fight on the ground second. So in Isshinryu Karate, we focus about 90% stand up and only about 10% on the ground. Um, because hopefully we're not the one on the ground. Hopefully we have knocked out or otherwise maimed our opponent and sent them to the ground. If we're on the ground with them, we're in trouble because we have in fact had both men and women get assaulted by gangs and gang raped or attempted gang rapes, and they had to defend themselves and did successfully defend themselves, mostly using Seisan Kata. What's taught in Seisan Kata will save your life against unskilled fighters. And in fact, what's taught in Seisan Kata will even help you beat two or more black belts attacking you if you master it. So I think karate alone actually beats Aikido alone. But then again, most real world Aikido practitioners actually practice at least some karate. So, but most real world karate practitioners actually practice some form of grappling. So it just depends on who is better individually also matters. All right, thank you, and that's the end of the video. 1 second, let me finish turning this off.
Thanks a lot for letting me use that Clorox, man. It helped a lot, man.
Yeah.
It isn't stinking there anymore. It was
Yeah.
stinking this morning. It's stinking.